Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you. Tonight I want to talk to you about a little bit about being educated, a little bit about grammar, and how to type. So, being educated. Not necessarily having to be educated. Like, you don't have to be a doctor or PhD, master's, even college. You don't need that. But spouting off at the mouth for stuff you don't know about. If you saw a post on Facebook, that doesn't mean you know everything about it. If you saw a post on Facebook, that means you know just enough to open your mouth and probably sound stupid. So, be educated. Math, science, social studies. So, for myself, in school, I wasn't good at history. I couldn't remember colonels' names and who John Smith was like Pocahontas, and I didn't know any of it. I couldn't keep it all together. So guess what? When anything comes up, somebody says, hey, when was the War of 1812? I keep my mouth shut. Because I don't even know when the War of 1812 was. It's kind of a joke. If you didn't know it, that was kind of a joke. But if you know stuff about stuff, then you can speak up. But if you don't, like for me, I don't know much about guns. So when I go over to some of my friends' house, they hang out in the garage, they're talking about guns, just kind of shut up and listen, nod my head a little bit. But if they start talking about who was the point guard during the 1997 Bulls, boom, I'll fire in some knowledge on it. If they want to talk about other stuff, other random stuff, but when they're talking about guns, when they're talking about cars, I know some about cars, but just keep your mouth shut if you don't know about it. Everybody thinks that their opinion matters when that's all it is. It's an opinion. It's not facts. If it's not facts, I don't want to know about it. I don't need your opinion. Opinions are like, never mind. Everybody's got one. We'll just say that. Okay. Next, how about grammar? How ain't you gonna do that? Learn to speak. Learn to speak. That goes back to where you don't sound stupid. Don't sound stupid. You don't. Just learn it. How many people do you know that can't make out a sentence that's proper? A lot. I'm not talking about using, you ended that sentence with a preposition. Okay, that's small stuff. I'm talking about people that use made up words or just stupid. You know. How to type. This kind of goes into grammar too. Sometimes you can mix up a period and an exclamation point. That's good. But how about the people on Facebook that you see that just make one ginormous 8-line, no punctuation, no commas, no period, no capital letters, just keep on rambling like they got diarrhea of the mouth? That's not good. Learn to put in punctuation. Then you got the people that can't spell. I've got some words that I can't spell. I'll be the first to admit it. If I'm typing a text or message or email to somebody and I don't know how to spell the word, guess what? I take the 5 seconds to close that browser, close that tab, go to Google, type it incorrect, and it'll say, did you mean this? Jackpot. Thank you. Copy, paste. Got it. Now I don't look like an idiot. But instead, you get people that just look like idiots, spelling things completely wrong. How do you spell exaggeration? That's one I saw the other day. E-G-G-S. Eggs. Eggs. Starts with eggs. Ah, silly. So then, let's talk about there. Well, there's a bunch of them. Learn them. Weather. You gotta learn how to spell these things. You gotta learn how to type it. Some people are just stupid. And it's not that they're really, really stupid. It's that they're really, really lazy. They're not willing to even try to figure it out. Why do you suppose that is? Is that because other people allow that? Are we enabling them to be idiots? If somebody types something wrong, you don't want to be the grammar police and look like that guy. So you did the wrong there. But I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to make them feel stupid. Especially if it's people you don't like. Start grammar policing the heck out of them on Facebook. Hey, you're an idiot. You can't really say, hey, you're an idiot. Hey, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, you did that wrong. They'll block you originally, or eventually, or unfriend you, or whatever. But they probably weren't your friends anyways. So, back to typing. If you know how to type, that makes things so much quicker. I'm not talking about this thumb stuff. I'm talking about actually typing. It's a skill that is very, very helpful and useful. My dad used to hunt and peck. He knew where it was, but he'd have to boom, boom, boom. So, how I learned to type, I typed in, like, we took a middle school and a high school typing class. I got enough to get an A, but man, I was terrible. I did any extra credit I could because during the tests I didn't do well. But when I got to college, they had this AIM, instant messaging. And when you're talking to a few people, maybe it's some ladies about what's going on, guys, where are we going, hey this, hey that. So when you got 5 screens open and this girl is asking a couple of questions, or you're asking her a couple of questions, she's responding, you're having a message back and forth. If you are hunting and pecking, and then you gotta hunt and peck on another box, and hunt and peck on another box, 6 months into my freshman year at college, I was able to type like a champion. Boom, 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 boom. And that was a very important skill during all that. And I guess that's kind of carried over to whether I want to type up some curriculum papers for our karate class, or type some stuff up for typing emails or typing messages. It's just something that you get the alt tab going, and you can just boom, 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 pop them out and switch screens. And it's very useful to know some of the keyboard shortcuts, keystrokes, and then how to get to the backspace in case you mess up, the shifts and the this and that. It's important. And if you tie typing together with the grammar, very important. But people don't take the time to learn it. And I'll admit, I didn't take the time to learn typing. Blah, blah, boring, get an A in the class. I'm not going to be typing. Come on. I'm going to teach karate. I don't need to type. You got to be able to type and multitask while you're typing. Keep it going. It's a great thing to have. Typing up papers. Oh, man. I still remember I did an 8-page paper the night of the third longest hockey night or whatever. The dorm neighbors said, "Oh, hey Steve, come on over and watch this hockey game." I could care less about hockey. But my alternative was I had to finish that paper by morning. Hey, I'll go watch this hockey. Overtime after overtime after overtime. I pounded out 8 pages. I said, choo-choo, all aboard the BS Express. Google a couple references that I think they had some stuff in it. Read a couple key points. Wikipedia, well, they didn't have Wikipedia back then. But Google some stuff, read some key points, and then just fill in the blank with what you think might be right. Cite a few things along the way. Teachers, professors, they didn't go back and check every site. They didn't check any site, obviously, because they didn't catch me on it. But I was able to pound out eight pages in like 4 hours, all making stuff up too. So I don't know. So if you don't know facts, don't try to make up things, and don't try not to make it sound like you know facts. You're able to keep your mouth shut and sit down. So be educated, be smart, be researching stuff if you need to talk about it. Learn some grammar. Or did I say grammar? Learn some grammar. Learn some punctuation. Where's a comma go? Learn how to spell stuff. And then tying into that, let's do the keyboard stuff right. Learn how to type. Take the time. Practice. Type stuff. All this stuff is really easy to do if you're not lazy. If you're lazy, it's probably not going to happen. So, do your best. Be smart. Be safe. Just don't be lazy. Alright. Have a good one. Until next time. See ya.